In the buzz now at 9. Did two law schools pad their stats to attract students? And should those students be able to sue? A group of graduates from Cooley Law School in Michigan and New York Law School are suing. They say both schools are guilty of fraud. The lawsuits allege the schools distorted their post-graduate employment information by advertising the percentage of grads who get any kind of a job within 9 months, even if they have nothing to do with the legal industry. That means a graduate who got a job selling shoes would count as much as one who got hired by a prestigious law firm. The students suing say they might not have enrolled if they knew the truth. Now at 9, what do you think of this case?
I think that if they are smart enough to be lawyers and they were smart enough or should have been smart enough to see through that advertising ploy to get them in the doors. You know what I mean? You can't guarantee a job in this economic climate.
I
don't know about that. I mean, when you enroll as a student and you fill out the application, you go to the handbook and you hope that it's telling you, you know, if they say 1 in 5 of our graduates is going to work, they don't mean you're not thinking McDonald's.
Yeah,
you're thinking
absolutely.
You know what they say about those who assume? You got to look at the asterisks at the bottom of the page.
Exactly. Everything we said above this line is because we're talking about the local convenience store.
You got to think, though. I mean, law is an impacted profession, and you know, when the recession hit, you had lawyers who were fighting over serving jobs. I mean, this is tough right now.
Well, I'll say this. I worked in Lansing, Michigan for a couple of years where Cooley Law School is located. And it's a law school. It's a good school. It's not the best school in the world in terms of law schools. I mean, when it gets ranked by these groups that rank it, it oftentimes comes very low on the list. So if you think that you're going to Harvard and you're going to be getting the respect of a Harvard grad, it's just different. It's not going to work like that. So the assumption that everybody's going to get a job or however much percentage they said, I mean, come on, you got to know what you're dealing with here.
And now that they're saying and alleging that they're distorting the numbers, then maybe these rankings are even lower than what they than what they are actually getting.
Absolutely.
So maybe it wouldn't even get a blip on some of those studies or radars.
Well, let's get to what you guys are saying, because you're sounding off on this topic for
Leslie
sure.
Jones writes, I guess we will find out how good their education is based on if they win or lose.
Clayton Massey agrees with Rebecca. The student should have researched the school before enrolling.
Maggie Shaw says, I can commiserate with the graduates, but I'm not sure that litigation is the answer. Americans need to quit suing everyone for everything. Then maybe we can fix our healthcare system, our educational system, and our penal system.
They're lawyers. That's what they're supposed to do, right? Christopher Gossett says, biting the hand that fed you.
Well, John Patterson's thinking maybe perhaps this is a part of their final exam. Maybe this is not really them suing, but to see if they can win. That'd be interesting if that professor decided to do that.
George Settle says colleges, military, etc., they all tell prospects there are more jobs in the field than the person is interested in than there are. But these guys need to realize there are no jobs anywhere in any field, especially in those specialized fields.
Yeah, Sakara Martinez saying they're just after your money.
Well, Eugene kind of jumps off that too and says the data in the handbook could have been written before the unemployment rate hit 9%. Being a lawyer takes more than 4 years, so that's pre-housing bubble. That's Eugene's take. We'll be looking for your take, and I'm going to head over to abc15.com.